Picking up where we left off in part 1, so if you haven't seen it, I'm going to link it below. Make sure you go watch that and then come back to this one. But let's talk about the colors specifically because the wardrobe is the language. One thing Avatar didn't do was waste the visuals. None of the colors you saw, none of the props, none of the headdresses that they were wearing was by accident. When you learn how to read them colors, the story going to start speaking back. Now we're going to start with this feisty thing right here, Varang. I noticed how they had her in deep reds, blacks, and ash tone. Again, we know no such thing as coincidence. Remember, red without green is fire without life. Those colors specifically represent will, dominance, conquest. Rain was a representation of raw power that's disconnected from source. Fire energy without balance does not transform, it's going to consume instead. Now, Kari, on the other hand, she was surrounded by the blues, the greens, the bioluminescent colors. And that's because those colors represent water, heart, life force. Also notice how her power was not loud. It was very responsive though. True power is not going to announce itself. True power actually listens, analyzes, observes. Remember what I'm always telling y'all. Be still and remember that you are God. Be quiet not only so you can connect with your God-like self, but so that you can hear what's truly going on. We got to talk about this healing scene that made a lot of people very uncomfortable. And I told y'all in part 1, this is partly due to the fact that we have suppressed what we call sexual energy. Religion plays a big role in that. You know, it makes people feel shameful for expressing their sexuality. Like I said in part 1, when she was healing Spider and she was in that water and she was going in them circles and making those noises, that was way deeper than what people realize. Because that was not sexual. That is what you consider energy regulation. Now let's keep it all the way real. The only reason why people look at this and feel like it's so sexual or seductive is because most people have been taught, not even taught, conditioned to see touch through desire. See, in this case, the truth is, healing looks intimate because intimacy has been distorted for so long. She was not taking from Spider, she was stabilizing his nervous system. My true healers gonna feel me on this because true healers ain't gonna drain, they gonna stabilize. True healers harmonize. One thing I cannot forget to talk about are the dragons, because this is where the message peaks, especially that dragon towards the end. Across many different cultures, dragons always represent the same exact thing: power and guardianship and higher intelligence. Dragons do not respond to ego, they only respond to mastery. What we saw wasn't the dragon being conquered, it was the dragon actually finally consenting. Animals gonna align with frequency and not authority. I want y'all to get this because the perception that fire in this movie is evil is so completely wrong. I told y'all in the video prior to me going to watch Avatar that fire burns through illusion. This is why 2026, the year of the fire horse, is going to be so important. Fire is truth. It's not going to destroy what's real. It's going to expose what's not. This is why Varang's fire, it consumes almost everything and everybody in her field. Kitty's power, on the other hand, restored. Not only that, it restores those around her. Now, they both have the same elements of fire, but just different consciousness. Now, nothing was resolved in the end on purpose. The war ain't end. The villains didn't disappear. Fire technically didn't go out. It should be symbolism that the awakening is not a finish line, it's actually just the threshold. Because in the movie, some awakened, some people even doubled down, some of them burned. Always remember though, not everybody crosses the bridge at the same time. Now, here's my theory, okay? Notice I said theory, not fact. Another key word there is I said my theory. You are more than welcome to put yours in the comments. However, again, this is mine. What if Avatar is not showing another planet's future? What if it's reflecting our planet's past? 'Cause in theory, the real truth tellers know we didn't always breathe oxygen on this earth. Atmosphere changes, life adapts. Remember, think about real life as I'm speaking. In Avatar, those who cannot breathe try to change the environment. Again, instead of changing themselves, they try to change the environment. Those who belong do not need support to exist. They are literally the system. You don't gotta conquer a world that you truly belong to. All you gotta do is remember it. It's important that we end talking about Kari and her journey and how quiet it was. Because her journey was so quiet, this is why a lot of people miss it. She's sensitive, she's overstimulated, at times she's withdrawn, but that is not weakness. That was the source of her blocked access. So what held her back was not her lack of power, it was the fact that she did not remember who she was. She didn't believe in herself. It was confusion about her own identity. Just know that power does not activate until you trust who you are. At first, it wasn't working for her because she was trying to force the connection. She was not in flow. One thing I've learned throughout the years, awakening is not going to respond to your efforts. It's going to respond when you learn how to surrender. You finally stopped trying to control the connection. What happened? Nature finally responded to her. She was actually using nature as a weapon. Animals arrived. The elements started moving for her. Even came through and showed her, you got the codes. The same codes we got right here, you always had within you. Alignment going to attract support. Force is going to attract resistance. This can be applied in real life too. A lot of people out here trying to awaken through power instead of truth. That's what got so many people exhausted right now. Because there's just so much packed into this one movie, like I feel like this video is also getting too long. So if y'all want me to keep going with a part 3, just let me know. Before I end it though, I have a question that I want y'all to ponder on, or perhaps just get in the comments and answer it. Let spirit answer. Who does this planet naturally support versus who has to force themselves in it? Like, really think about that. This ties directly into consciousness. One evolves and the other one always going to engineer. Now, I know sometimes I talk a little coded, maybe even a little cryptic to some. If you don't understand a lot of what I'm talking about, I suggest you head to my new web app, Y.O.U.Tech. I have a lot of spiritual tools, a lot of education, a lot of games, so much that will help you understand a lot of the things that I'm talking about. I also have tools that will help you decode things on your own. Y'all already know, knowledge is only powerful when you apply it. Y'all get in them comments and let me know your thoughts. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.